Hello, I hope you're doing well today. Let's go over how to stack blessings. If you see my previous video about how to trade gear and also whether max trading out your blue gear is worth it before getting your purple gear, and then you're watching this wondering, well, why are we bothering with the blessings? If you know what I'm talking about, you need to check out those videos. But the reason we want to stack blessings, all right, let's go to auction house to give you an idea. On the auction house, if we go check it out, if there's a trait we want, such as heavy attack chance, the cheapest one right now is 127. This fluctuates throughout the week. Sometimes it gets more expensive, sometimes it gets cheaper. All right, like skill damage boost is kind of an expensive one still. It's at like 254. All right, so there's an expensive one that you want to level up, and it's going to cost you too much lucent, or you just can't get lucent for whatever reason. Then you may want to stack blessings to get as much onto your gear as possible, because as we showed you in the previous video, you can only get a blessing one time on a piece of gear. All right, so you can only absorb one piece of gear. So let's say we were to take this blue and put it into this purple, we'd only be able to do it one time. So any blessing this blue gear had on it goes into the purple gear, but we wouldn't be able to take another piece of blue gear or purple gear and put its blessing into this purple. All right, we could also take a purple gear that has no blessing or levels in it already, and then we can take a leveled up and piece of purple gear that has a bunch of blessing on it and transfer it over into the new purple gear. So let's say I want to take my provoking warblade and turn it into a Magnus Fury warblade, for instance. I could do that. All right, so we would bring in our Duke Magnus Fury warblade, and then we could transfer it with this. And let's go check out. Let's check out our provoking blade first. If we notice we have 148 blessing on it, that's not a lot, but we could technically transfer that blessing over through the transfer option into our Fury warblade if we prefer to have a Fury blade over this one. And of course, any traits we have on it would of course move over, and we would get a blessing of 1200 on it. Of course, it's kind of expensive. You may not want to do that unless you just happen to have traded out a purple weapon just to get a purple weapon traded out while you were waiting for the months it took you to get your better purple weapon. So on this video, we're going to show you how to stack blessings with a weapon. It can be done with armor as well. All right, so we're going to do this with great swords. All right, we're going to come in and we're going to start with our green greatsword. I'm going to put it in here, and we're going to level up its traits. All right, this one's mana regen. Doesn't matter. It's pretty cheap. It's like most blue and green traits are going to be 10 because it's the minimum you can go lucent. Or you can just go farm green and blue gear in the places where you can get them and just get traits that way. And it doesn't matter what the trait is. Get the cheapest trait you can. Right, and we'll just level up. We'll unlock and level up the traits. All right, so now we have our green fully traded out. Now what we'll do is we'll go and transfer it into our blue sword. All right, now that we've done that, we need to level up our sword as well. It needs to have at least one level in it before it'll let me transfer it over. All right, so it has one level in it. Now we can go to transfer. We can take our blue sword, put it in here, and now there's a green sword because it has a level in it. We can hit that, and we'll get blessings from those 4 traits. So 4 traits got us 72 blessing. Not amazing. If you don't know, it's about 450 blessing to get 90% blessing on something. All right, so if you're using blue into purple, 90% blessing is all you need. Purple is a 10% chance. That gives you a 100% chance. So for every 450 blessing on purple gear, we'll be able to apply 1 item. So you can see blessing is going to be kind of expensive to stack up. All right, so we'll combine the weapons. We'll get our blessing. But yeah, they're kind of expensive to stack up unless you're getting the traits just from gear that you're looting around. All right, but now we're gonna, so as you can see our hit chance, we have a hit chance on these weapons we've looted. So that's gonna let us level up our hit chance. No problem. All right, I don't have a green weapon with hit chance on it, so we're just gonna buy one to show you real quick. We'll go to weapons. It doesn't matter, I'll just pick a great sword because that's what we're doing. Extract. Hit chance 10, yes, buy. They're going to be so happy they sold one of their green swords for 10 lucent. No one's buying those. Okay, so we got those. Let's go back in and let's try that out. I want to show you how you could technically do this if you had some green weapons that you had but nothing to do with them except break them down for some sand. You could technically bring them in here. I don't recommend buying the trait like I just did. This is for example purposes. But if you had a green weapon like these blue ones with hit chance on it, all right, or whatever it is you're unlocking over here, then you can do this with them. So this is a great way to use up your green weapons, green armor, whatever it is you're using, accessories, so forth. Okay, so as you can see, there's a 10% chance with the green for it to convert in. If it doesn't actually level up, we'll get the blessings. So we can just farm in our green into this to just really push up our blessings. But you'll see it costs Lucent, and I wouldn't bother farming the green for the amount of time. Let's hope the first one fails. Blessing throws some mana. We got blessing up to 80. So it failed, and our blessing went up by 8 points. So you can get 8 points of blessing for each time a green fails. Not great, but it is a way to stack it if you needed to stack it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use our blue to get our hit chance up. Alright, so then we'll unlock max health. I'm pretty sure you got an idea where this is going, right? Next, we're going to bring in our purple sword. Oh, wait. And of course, remember, we have to level up our blue at least one time. This is just for blessing stacking, alright? If you were technically using this weapon as your main weapon until you got a blue, until you got a purple weapon, you would level it up more. But we only have to put one level in it, so that's all we're going to put into it, so we're not wasting a lot of resources. Levels don't actually help with your blessing. Alright, so we'll transfer over into this sword, take our blessing in, and now we're going to get 1,040 blessing for having max traded the green, then putting it into the blue, and then max trading the blue, and then bringing it in here. We could have gotten a little bit more if we had filled a bunch of greens into the blue, right? But that's not worth spending Lucent on. So only if you have those greens stacked up from farming already. Now, with 1,040 blessing, we could put 2 traits on this from blue without failing. Alright, so remember we have the 1,000 blessing on that other sword, but it doesn't have any traits on it that we could actually show you this with, so I'm pulling out this sword to show you. So we pretended it had 1,000 on it. This has a 1% chance of getting heavy attack. So it probably costs us like 600 blessing, I would take a guess, of using a green trait to level this up. If we used the purple, it wouldn't cost anything. Blue, of course, has a 10% chance, so 450 would be 90% chance to apply this blue in here, and we can use blessing, and then it would give us a 100% chance instead of what we have, instead of this 39% chance we have. So generally it'll cost you about 150 Lucent if you're buying all the extractions with Lucent. Then it's going to cost you about 150 Lucent to get 1,000 blessing. If we're looking at heavy attack chance, for instance, that would be worth it because we can buy 2 blue ones, which would cost a lot less. Now if we look at blue, it would only cost us 20 each, so 40 more. All right, so instead of around 258 for two levels into our heavy attack chance, we would have gotten the same thing with 190. So not a huge savings, but every saving is worth a little bit because, I mean, 500 Lucent is like $10, right? So, so 129 Lucent is actually kind of expensive if you think about it. So let's say you want a stun chance on your weapon, right? It only costs like 35 Lucent for the stun chance. So this wouldn't be worth getting blessings for, spending your blessings on, right? So always double check the price. Right, but what about if we don't have enough blessing to get it up to 100%? What happens to this blessing if it fails? Well, let's find out. All right, so we'll hit use blessing. We have a 25% chance this is succeeding. So we want this to succeed, but we also want it to fail for the video. So anyway, it's like succeed, don't succeed, succeed. So anyway, here we go. Let's see what happens. 25% chance, and it failed. So now our blessing is 41. So it did burn our blessing up, and it just gave us our 41 blessing back. So blue gear, when it fails on purple gear, is worth about 40 blessing. 41 seems a little weird. I thought it was 40, but anyway. So yeah, it's worth about 40 blessing. So you can also stack blessing that way just by failing blue gear over and over again. So to get to 450, you would need to fail about 12 times, and then you can get a 100% success chance. So for heavy attack chance, for instance, if we were trying to get this leveled up once, let's see, let's go and check that. Auction house, heavy attack chance. Why? So it would cost us 115 to do it one time, and that would max that out. Now, if we were to use blue instead, right, but that blue I just used, I didn't buy, I looted that, so it's fine to throw it away. But it would cost me, I guess I could have sold it for like 12 or 15 Lucent or something. Anyway, it would cost me 19 Lucent. Here, if I was to do that, what did we say, 12 times? If we were to fail every single time using one of these until we got enough blessing to get a guaranteed 100%, it would cost us 247 Lucent. So it would be better just to buy the purple one. So always do your math, make sure that you're getting a better deal this way. Now, of course, if we got lucky and within like the first 3 we bought, so buy one at a time. If you're going to do it this way, buy one at a time. If it succeeds, great, you saved Lucent. But if it fails 12 times, you didn't save Lucent. So it's kind of a gamble. So you got to decide how you want to do that. So hopefully that helps you save some Lucent, and now you know how to stack blessings. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Have an awesome day.